This has been 4 years, very stressful, and I think the 2 years since the tribunal have been extremely stressful because there was a principle here, and the principle was a trade union who had dismissed one of its employees. In fact, one of only two employees. And there was a lot said at the hearing, reference consultation, whether I should be consulted upon. It was decided, I believe, by the Executive Committee they did not need to consult with me. And look, we've had to wait this 2-year period for the judgment to come. I can understand the length of that period. It's been a contentious case. And I think the chairman of the Industrial Tribunal and the secretary needed to go through this evidence with a fine-tooth comb. And the judgment, 42-page judgment they've come out with, is very, very detailed.
You've referred there to the stress endured over 4+ years. What kind of toll has that taken?
A massive toll. I didn't used to have such a lined face. Health-wise, it's taken a great toll on me. It's just been a very stressful time.
The tribunal wasn't satisfied that your dismissal was about redundancy. They talked about continued hostility by the Executive Committee being the real reason. What comment would you make?
It was not just hostility, it was humiliation. The period between March of 2013 and October of 2013 is something that will never leave me, that humiliation that I felt having to go to the office every day and knowing what was being done to me.
The sum of money effectively awarded by the Industrial Tribunal was a little over £29,000. How far does that go to alleviating your stress?
It was never about money. I decided at the time that I needed to finance this tribunal for the rights of people not just being unfairly dismissed, but those people over the age of 65. I was 67 and 4 months old. And the comment made on the reply from the GGCA Executive Committee to the tribunal was, and if I can more or less quote verbatim, I was a man who had attained the age of 65, and I had no right in law not to be unfairly dismissed. I mean, that's despicable. This is a trade union. This is a trade union who is there, and its principal role is to defend the rights of workers. And it doesn't matter what grade you are, what position you hold. We're all workers. We all work for a living. We all work to keep a roof over our head and food on the table. And that's the principles of a trade union, to defend its workers. It did not defend me.
Given your trade union background, how significant would you say the Industrial Tribunal's finding is in respect of ageism and people's right to access or at least apply to an industrial tribunal, even if they're older than 60 for women and older than 65 for men?
Massive. The European Directive on the Equal Opportunities Act of 2006 removed caps. Those caps weren't removed in Gibraltar. This is women over the age of 60, men over the age of 65, who have to continue working. There's lots in the public eye reference pensions. People don't save for their old age and therefore have to continue working for whatever reason. And those rights need to be protected, that even if you're over the age of 60 for a woman or 65 for a man, you still can have redress through an industrial tribunal, and also redress as far as redundancy is concerned. So those two things have gone hand in hand, and this case has set a precedent for the future. And for that I would like to thank my lawyers, Charles Gomez and Daniel Ben-Yunis, for the hard work and support they've given me. The decision is there now. This was an unfair dismissal, yes, I'm happy with the outcome, but this is not something I want to gloat about or anything. The GGCA is very close to my heart. I spent 13 years there as its General Secretary. And what they did was wrong. The principle of how they did it was wrong.